Alright guys, I've got a nice project pinball for you here. This is a Williams Big Guns. This is actually the only Big Guns I've ever owned, and I bought this project maybe 15 years ago from a guy in Oklahoma. And I've been planning to get it all restored and put it in my arcade, but I'm seeing my time is running out and I have too many projects. So I'm going to pass this one on. It is definitely a doable project. The thing that, the best thing about it is just the cabinet's in great shape and the playfield is in really good shape too. As you can see, it's been mylar'd. So around the edges where there's no mylar, there is a little wear there, although that'll still clean up good. I haven't cleaned it. I waxed just this little tiny area right here just to see how it would clean up, and you can see it cleans up perfectly, just like right in here. But, you know, obviously the playfield needs a full shop job. All the rubbers are old and cracked and broken, and it's dirty. The plastics need Windexed because they've gotten kind of covered with that film that those plastics get covered with. But the playfield will clean up to look perfect, just about. Coin door's in really good shape. It's got coin mechs. Cabinet, it just needs a little bit of touch up, which I normally do, but since I haven't restored this one, I didn't do it. But I mean, it's just the black that needs touched up. It'll look great when it's done. The body of the cabinet is really nice. The head's a little more worn, but like I said, once you scrub that and touch it up with black, it'll be fine. This piece just needs glued down, and then it needs some electronic work, which I'll show you here in a second. It also needs a back glass. I've got the translite for it, but the actual glass, I think this is one reason the guy sold it to me. The glass had shattered. So I just got the translite, and you just need to, I just set it up there so that you can see what it looked like in there. But it needs a piece of either new plexi or just go to the glass store and order a piece of glass. Probably costs about 20 bucks. The mechanism back here looks to be in really good shape for where it kicks this ball up and at various times in the game. I haven't done anything to this like to clean it up or pretty it up, so you're seeing it in its worst state. This board back here, you're going to need to replace a couple of boards. This display board, yeah, could you fix it? Sure. Order a new glass and put that in and then hope these others work, and if they don't work, replace them. Well, it's going to be a lot cheaper just to buy a new display board. It's just one of those 4 display alphanumeric. At the top are alphanumeric, the bottom are just numeric. I think the replacement board it's been a while since I bought one, but they're between 100 and 200. They're not a fortune. It's not, I mean, it's way cheaper than like a color DMD. So just replace that board, and it'll be with LEDs. You won't even need the high voltage part of the power supply anymore, which sometimes can be a problem, although this one looks to be good and clean. It's got all the boards, and all the boards look nice and clean, and like, you know, this power supply, it's not all burned up here on the GI connector, which is nice. The board just looks super clean. Same with the soundboard, and the auxiliary power board here looks great. The main MPU board, though, I would say just replace it with a rotten dog. I mean, I can power it up and we'll see what it does here, but it's missing. It's missing the PIA chip here, which is no big deal. I've got those. I just didn't bother plugging it in just because maybe I should. Let me pause the video. Let me pause the video and put in that PIA and just see what happens. Hold on. Okay, I just stole a PIA out of another board, which I don't know if it was good or not, but probably is. Let's power it up now and see what happens. Okay, same thing, nothing. I'll still leave it in there because who cares? But I'm just saying, it looks to me like that board is just, yeah, I mean, it's been hacked up. There's like chips missing here. Who would use a... I don't understand the thinking of who would do this and then put the board back in the game. I mean, if you're going to steal chips off of it, leave it on the bench so that you can replace those chips. But, okay. So anyway, just buy a rotten dog. I've bought a bunch of those. They work great. Then you never have a problem with it. And so anyway, that'll make restoring this thing real easy. Just pop that in, pop this in. These boards are probably fine. And then just deal with shopping out the playfield. It looks to be pretty complete under the playfield. Somebody had robbed one mechanism. They'd robbed the ball launch mechanism off of the bottom of the playfield, which I can show you. And I put one on it. I robbed one. I've got a bunch of parts playfields down the basement. And I just robbed one off of that and put it on. So it's got that part back. Somebody had started rebuilding the flippers on it, and I think this one's got all new parts. But I'm going to have to set this down for a sec. It's got a nice glass on it, for what it's worth. It's not all scratched up like a lot of them. Okay. So, playfield, as I said, looks really good. Once you clean that thing, it's gonna look phenomenal. The okay, here we go. Inside of the cabinet is not bad. It doesn't look like it's been water damaged or gotten moldy or anything like that. It's been stored. I stored it in good storage. So you can see from the underside of the playfield, it hasn't been all cannibalized. Looks pretty good, really. It looks clean. This is the flipper. You can tell somebody's rebuilt that with some new parts. And maybe even this one. But these down here have not been. And they're, you know, it's gonna, they just don't feel smooth. These need to be rebuilt. Oh, that one feels okay, but this one, I mean, what does it cost? $10 in parts to rebuild those. Rebuild the flippers. Just trust me. I didn't solder the wires to this is the assembly I replaced. I didn't bother soldering the wires because you can do that. So anyway, it is a project. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't buy this if this is your first pinball and you don't know anything about electronics. This would not be a good starter. But if you're a guy like me that flips pins or buys them and puts them in your arcade and knows how to tinker with them, this will be no problem for you. So, I don't think there's anything else to say. Thank you for watching, and good luck.